Music One can import song data from your old music scheduler or from your digital automation system. We're happy to do it for you, and there's no cost to do it. If you want to do it yourself, though, this video will show you the basics for importing a tab-delimited text file. When you start Music One, go to the File menu and select Import. You see we can import data from another Music One library file also, but in this case we want to select From File. The Import Definition screen will appear. We're going to look at the first two screens. We have the ability to import from 4 different text files at once, but that's rarely needed, and it's best that we handle that sort of thing here at the office. Tab and comma delimited files are almost always one-line records. The lines box here on the right is mostly used for importing fixed width files that have song data in 2 or more lines. There's another video about importing that kind of file. Some text files may come with blank lines between the lines which have data. You can check the Remove Blank Lines box if you have that kind of file. If your text file is one which has quotation marks before and after each data field, then click this box to tell Music One to remove the quotation marks. If there is a header on your file, you can click this box and Music One will ignore the first line. Now, it's very important that you have a clean and consistent text file. In many cases, we have to do some editing of the file with a text editor before getting to this step. Music One can remove the first line and blank lines, but if the data in your file is not consistent for each and every record, then you'll have some cleaning up to do after the import, or you may have to do a re-import after you've made corrections in your data file. I've purposely left some problems in the text file that I'm about to import so I can show you an example of what could go wrong. Click the top Browse button and locate your text file. Music One will usually identify the kind of file it is. In this case, it's a tab-delimited file. The software thought it should remove the first line, but that's not the case with this file, so I removed the check mark. Click the Define Fields tab at the top of the window. The song file that I'll be importing appears at the bottom of the screen. This file contains only 4 primary data fields for each record. So, I click the Insert button 4 times. Next, I tell Music One which data goes where. The first field is my machine location. That's the file number for the audio file in my digital automation system. I click to select line 1. Then, in the drop-down menu next to Type, I scroll down and select Machine Loc. Now I select field number 2, which will be the artist field. I then scroll down the type list and click the field name. Field number 3 is title. And field number 4 is song length. Now that my 4 fields have the proper associations, I also have to associate each field with the tab setting in this text file. The first field is the machine location, so I select that in the top panel. And below it, just above the body of text, is a single line of data. It will display the data of the first song at the top of the text file. I put my pointer anywhere in the machine location data. I click the mouse, and the cursor is placed there. Now, with the cursor blinking, I move up and click the Set button, and in line 1 you see the machine location of the first song appears. Next, I select line 2. Below that, I put the cursor somewhere in the artist data and click the Set button again. Now I select the title field and put the cursor anywhere in the title. I see it blinking there. Click Set. Now let's pause for a moment. You may wonder what those little squares are between the data fields. Those are tab markers that are generated by the software that created this text file. Many times there will be empty data fields exported by other software. The tab markers appear in the file window here, but Music One will ignore the empty fields. If you notice in the box just to the left of the Set button, my title data is coming from field number 5, or the 5th field across the line. There are 4 of those squares or tab markers before my artist field. When I click my runtime in, it will be coming from tab number 7, as you'll see. Now, let's set the runtime. Select the field name, put the cursor in the field, and click the Set button. Now notice the runtime for the record includes hours, minutes, seconds, and fractions of a second. I want to trim that down, so I'm going to use the two column fields to the left of the Set button. I want to ignore the first 4 columns or digits in the field, and pick up the information beginning at column 5. And I want to pick up only 4 digits, so I enter column number 8 in the next box. Now, look at the runtime. It shows only 4:22 as the timing on the song. Click back to the File Preparation window. Open the File menu and save your import template. You can name this anything. It will get an IDF extension. And if you want to import another file just like this one in the future, you won't have to recreate the format for your import. Or you can open the IDF file later and make adjustments to it if need be. Now we're ready to go. Click the Import button at the bottom of the screen, and in comes your file. When finished, close this window and look at your data. Open the File menu and select Categories. Since this file did not include any category names for the records, they'll all come into a system category named New Songs. Open that category, and then open one of the songs. I see my title is in the right place, my artist, my song runtime, and the machine location. Remember I said earlier that it's very important to have a consistent text file. The one we just imported was not. Some of the data about some of the records was out of place. See song number 4 here. Instead of having a title in the right place, it has the song runtime there. And there are some others with this same problem down below. In this situation, what I would need to do would be to either export the data again from the other software and get a clean file, or else open the file with a text editor and then clean it up before importing it once again into Music One.